Hey, what's up, guys? We're back with a 0 hour and another fighter feature here today. We've got Zaine Burton joining us. I, of course, Tim Lloyd, joined by my partner in crime, Jeff Hobbs, down here as well. And we got Zaine Burton on the line. Jeff, you've been there for both of Zane's first fights, so I'm excited to talk to him today.
Absolutely, I am too, man. I've been looking forward to this interview since you told me you had it. So, man, I'm excited to talk to Zane tonight.
Let's get to it, man. So, Zaine, you're back in action coming up here on the very first ever Aries one fight card. It's going down October 30th from the Camp Jordan Arena down there in Chattanooga, your neck of the woods. Last time out, you came out there with your very first ever MMA fight. Had a great showing against Andre Johnson just a few months out. But before we get into this one coming up, let's backtrack a little bit and talk about the last one. What was it like making your debut? Big crowd there in Chattanooga, your hometown. You had a lot of support there, and a pretty kind of a scary looking dude in front of you last time.
Yeah. I mean, it was fun. Like it was. I'm glad that I had the fight in Knoxville, my first in that Muay Thai one.
Yeah.
Like that one. That one was a little bit of nerves and stuff from the first time. But then whenever I walked into the Camp Jordan Arena, it was like a lifted. Like I knew I was home. I was just there to fight. Like I was like, I've been in this before now. It's just like one of the things where I just got to come and fight. And to touch on what you said about him looking like sort of scary. I mean, dude, it's hard to really have a scary opponent whenever your training partner is Torres Finney.
Right.
Like I've yet to see a man that's more put together and built than him. So I'm really not scared of anybody.
So, you mentioned that debut you had at Cotton Eye Joe. Your kickboxing debut there ran into a tough Antonio Holt that day. So you've already been in there with two pretty tough dudes, and you'll get another tough dude coming up here. You're taking on Robbie Burns, going down on October 30th. Robbie has already had a couple MMA fights and actually went for a title with Primal Combat his last time out. Real tall dude. Current Marine. Talk a little bit about this match, what we can expect from it. Both you guys have shown like you put on real exciting fights.
I mean, I'm just gonna tell you, like straight up, I'm not as loud as my homeboy Brevin Sullivan, but I'm pretty much just gonna say this, and I mean, I'm coming to bang as usual. I'm coming to throw hands, I really want to fight. I want to throw hands. I'd like to stand up, but the reality is he probably, he might not. I've seen him fight Blake Perry. I tried to find the Jack Bowles one, but I mean the Blake Perry one said enough. I don't think he's gonna want to go to the ground. I mean, hopefully he's been working on it and stuff, but I don't think he's gonna go to the ground. I don't really care to go to the ground. I think for me and him to go to the ground, if he wants to go to the ground, it's going to be a very short night for him. I know he's Marine and they're supposed to be like tough and all, but I don't think he survived anything like this hitting him from whenever he's on the ground. Just to be honest, I don't think he will. I just don't.
Jeff, what you got, my man?
Zane, my man, dude, you must be a pretty popular guy in the East Tennessee area, man. I'm going to tell you. So, when we get to the fights, on fight night, they usually kind of tell me, hey, and I guess a little bit I assumed, all right, we're in Chattanooga. I'll get a pop for Logan. I'll get a pop for a couple other guys that I knew, but nobody fucking told me. Nobody fucking told me, man, like what your ticket sales had looked like. And so, dude, I said your name and damn, I could feel my hair move. What is up, man? Are you that cool a damn dude, man? You got that many friends, or was it all family?
No, I mean it's a little bit everybody, man. I mean, in this community, I feel like I'm a well-respected guy. And I mean, I come from a respected family, of martial artists or strikers. And I mean, even like, back to my high school days, like I used to perform in the football field. I was a D1 football player. I made all state. Any sport I've ever did, people have always come out to see me because they know whenever I compete, I'm putting it all on the line, win, lose, tie. I'm not going for a tie. I don't even like with MMA fighting in general. I don't want a decision. Like we're both going out there. One of us are going to lose a part of ourselves out there. It's not going to be me. Like I'm okay with that in myself. Like I know when I walk in that cage or any sport I'm doing, there's a chance that one of us are going to lose ourselves a little bit. And you got to be willing to take that, whether it's football, wrestling, any of it. You have to be willing to put yourself in that mental place of, I'm going to go get it and I'm going to do whatever. So, I mean,
So
that's why I like it.
were you born and raised in that area? You talk about, amateur sports and high school sports. So you grew up there. Everybody followed you. Everybody watched you growing up playing amateur sports there.
I'm a Marengo boy.
All right, man. Well, I know how that is because, I live in a small town too, outside of Nashville. And, I did a little MMA managing. And, one of my biggest fighters as far as following, kind of same story, man. I was a high school football legend in town. Everybody knew who he was from following from high school sports. So it was just like a built-in fan base there because they remembered for 4 years back in the 90s, the late 90s, him being the guy and going to watch him every Friday night. So when he decided to do this as a sport, everybody just carried that along, man. It was just another way to go support, somebody they knew. So now that you're doing this fighting thing, I know it's got to be a little different. Before you're walking around town with that Letterman jacket on and how is it now though that, different sport walking through town now, when they saw you cracking helmets before, but now you're cracking skulls.
Some people are surprised about it. And then some people are like, okay, like we expected this, like,
I guess
they know because like I used to watch like my parent, like I used to go to karate tournaments all the time when I was younger. Like I was literally I've been around combat sports my whole life, so it was like the people who sort of knew me and knew like my family were like, dude, like this is what you were meant for. Like we don't even know why you played football. Like you should have been out here fighting people this whole time. They're like, you look too natural at it to really be doing it. And like a lot of the thing is a lot of people don't know. I actually am not. I didn't start striking until I came to a Gogi. Like I did a little bit of point fighting, but it was like I never really struck until I came here. So yeah, I think it's funny though because a lot of people think they're like, "Oh, you struck forever." Duh. No.
Yeah, that would have been my take. If I didn't know better, I would have thought that you came in with a striking background, and I was more surprised by your wrestling ability, honestly, in the last show. And you told me you're like, hey man, I can wrestle too. I'm not just a striker. So you showed off a lot of well-roundedness against a guy that was very strong, not an easy guy to muscle around in there, and you showed a lot of well-roundedness, I thought, in that fight.
He had a cannon on him. I'll give him that one. He had a cannon.
So let's talk a bit more about your family and their martial arts background. And from what I've heard, I think your mom, from what I've gathered, has got some quite the accolades. And then what was it? It was an uncle as well. I know we met someone at the fights last time that had some accolades in kickboxing as well. That was with your family.
Yes, my uncle Robert Harris. I think he was like a 7-timer, and then my mom, she won one of the world games. She's won some Waco things. I'm pretty sure she's won Battle of Atlanta. Like, like they were in that big karate full contact circuit back in the day. So like, they were sort of mixing up with everybody from them Chuck Norrises to the Dolph Lundgren, like you name it, they've been there. Like,
yeah. Is there any pressure from them for you to kind of follow in that tradition, or do they kind of let you just make that call yourself?
They didn't want me to fight. I sort of just snuck off one day and told them I was working out, and my mom thought I was going to play football, and then I told them I had to fight. And they were like, oh. So, yeah, the only person who really wanted me to fight was my Uncle Robert Harris, and my mom would never let him. So, yeah, like I didn't really get a chance to like fight. I just sort of wrestled, and then I was like, well, I've always wanted to fight, and I was like, I think I can do it. So, I went to Blaylocks for a little bit, and then I found a Gogi, and it's been smooth.
What's it been like over to Gogi as far as prepping for this? I know you've got just a gang of team members on this card, so that's got to make the energy high. The vibe's got to be good as far as everyone getting kind of prepared for that same date, and then you've got another little secondary unit coming in to fight just 6 days later. So you've got pretty much the whole gym is kind of peaking together.
Yeah, like we're all new. Like some of us are new to this. Then we have some people who are veterans, and you know, all of us new guys, we're just sort of like going through it all together. Like we try to keep the energy good. You know, we talk to each other. Communication's like a real big part of our thing that we have here. So that way, you know, we know what the other person needs, but we also can help. And, you know, that's just been a real big thing is we all communicate, but then, you know, we're also looking out for each other. You know, we like to go over and take over whenever we fight. You know, Gogi takeover. Like that's the whole thing. We want to win all of them. So we all train hard and we train smart together, you know, like we don't do like a lot of camps. We're not meatheads here. We don't just beat each other up. We train effectively, you know, and good. We get a job done and then we go out there and we kick ass.
Love it, man. Jeff, you got anything else?
Man, I was just gonna say, like you were saying, you're October 30th. You coming up to Knoxville for November 5th?
I'll say this: if depending on how this fight goes, if Tim, you know, if Tim's okay with it, my people, depending on how this one goes, I'd like to actually get on that card, make a little turnaround for some kickboxing. So, you know,
Zane, I was just gonna say if you wanted to help out with the ring girl contest.
I mean, I'll look at that too. I mean, I like fighting women and dinosaurs.
Right?
Yeah.
So, you know, just look. Hey man, I'll help you with that one, man. So
we needed a powder guy in the dressing room or something.
Bro, I got you, man. I'll be announced. Like, look, I'll be fresh. I got you. You know, I see I got the hair down fine.
Oh yeah,
we gotta go.
Nice, man. Before we wrap this up, man, I'm going to let you have some opportunity to get some shout outs where they're due. Anybody you want to give some love to, training partners, friends, family sponsors, and also let our people know where they can follow your social media to keep up with what's going on with your career.
Okay. Can I say one thing before I start getting
Of course.
all that? You know, this is to anybody like 205 near that. Please get at me. Like, I'm tired of Brevin having all the fun and people calling me out. I would like some people to call me out and really get my name out there, man, because I think the Sandman needs to put a couple people to sleep and spread his dream. So, you know, if you have a dream of aspiring to be something great, put me a part of your legacy. See if you can put that W on your thing, because I sure as hell don't think they can. So that's just out there for anybody.
Hey, I love it, man. I love the confidence. That 205 division is pretty wide open right now, so I can definitely see with a win here that Aries strap being in your future.
I don't see any of these boys really chirping to get a piece of me, though. Like, you know, they want a piece of Brevin, but I don't know. I just want to have some excitement, but hopefully we'll get it. But I'll go ahead and, you know, close this thing out and talk about my sponsors and stuff and all that good stuff, you know. I would like to thank everybody who sponsored me. And shoot, 1 second. Can I get my notes out real quick?
Yeah, of course.
Would that be okay?
Yeah. You got to keep those sponsors happy, man. We know all about it.
We have to, man.
Yeah,
we have to. I just picked up a new one today, actually, and you know we're gonna share some love. So just give me 1 second, and I'll be right back with you.
Is this the vodcast equivalent to being put on red?
I think so.
There we go.
What did you say?
I was saying this was you blacked out your screen. I said, was this the vodcast equivalent of getting put on red by some girl?
My bad. But yeah, so I would like to thank Lone Wolf Graphite. I would like to thank them for sponsoring me. I would like to thank Hemp House. You know, thanks to them. Shout out to them over there for giving us our CBD products, Delta 8, and everything else to help us be great recover. And I'd like to thank One Horn Logistics. You know, if you ever need a third party, they're your place to go. And I like to shout out to everybody at the Gogi camp. I like to thank, Brevin Sullivan, good guy to move around with, Logan, Lyndon, Sterling, just the whole camp, really. I get in there with everybody. I don't just go with the big guys. I go with them all. So, thank you to everybody else. And that's it. Oh, yeah, shout out to my mom. She's been sparring with me and training with me. So,
nice.
Yes.
I've been getting beat up by my mom. So, shout out to her. It's my greatest training partner. But
that's awesome.
I don't have much to say.
Got to shout out to moms. And where can we follow your social media, my man?
Social media, you can follow me at Sandman_205. And that's about it. And Snapchat, man, Zane Burton 187. There should be a dinosaur there, man. That's how you know it's me.
Hey, Zane loves women, fighting, and dinosaurs. Remember that, especially when you're buying his Christmas. Hey, we appreciate it, Zane. We're really looking forward to October the 30th. Get your tickets at fightertix.com. Make sure you put Zane's name down so he gets the credit. And if you're not there in person, you can watch it live on Spectation Sports. And we're looking forward to it, man. Just a couple more weeks. We'll let you get back to that training regimen. I know you're about to get into your hell week, and we'll see you on October the 30th.
Yes, sir. See ya.